And Kat Neville with Feast Magazine's been doing this show for years, and every week she's been sponsored by her friends at Jimmy's on the Park. 706 DeMond in Clayton, 725-8585, or their website at jimmyscafe.com. You can download their app, Jimmy's Cafe, to your smartphone. We'll see you at Jimmy's on the Park, 706 DeMond in Clayton. Good morning, Kat Neville.
Good morning.
Let's get right to a couple of restaurants because we have a new magazine and a TV show to talk about as well today. So what's our first restaurant?
Well, the first one's not really a restaurant. I mean, it's summer, and in St. Louis, everybody wants to be out. The kids are out of school. What are you going to do with them all summer?
Right.
Tonight is the first night of one of my favorite defining moments of St. Louis summer, and that's the Whitaker Jazz Festival at the Botanical Gardens. And if you've never been to, have you been to the Jazz Festival?
I have been to the Jazz Festival.
I think that it is so wonderful. I mean, it is, number one, packed with people, but it is packed with people with kids and picnics, and you just find your spot in the beautiful garden. You lay out your blanket or your chairs or whatever, and then bust out your picnic and you listen to music and just hang out underneath the stars for the night. And it's a great way to spend a St. Louis summer evening for sure.
It pains me to say something nice about the Botanical Garden, but you're right. Long story, but you're right. I mean, it is one of the fun things to do in St. Louis.
It is, and it's free. And that, I think, is one of the wonderful parts about living in St. Louis is that it's so accessible for families, no matter what your income level. So it is an absolutely free event, and I do recommend bringing a fantastic picnic. I see some people bringing in buckets of fast food or whatever, and
KFC or something.
Yeah, and I mean, I would suggest that you go out and get some great eats and a bottle of terrific wine. And one of the spots that I would say, Local Harvest Grocery, which has two locations. The original is at 3108 Morgan Ford near Tower Grove Park. Right. And the other one is in Kirkwood, the brand new one at 12309 Old Big Bend is their second location. Local Harvest, their goal is to carry at least 50% of what they carry is produced locally. And if it's not local, then it's sustainable. And so what they do is they put together picnic baskets and you can grab them to go. And it's got hummus and cheese and sausages from Todd Geisert Farms, which is located just in Washington, Missouri. He's a fifth-generation hog farmer, makes amazing products. And they've got tons of great wine, locally produced, and other types of wines and beers.
So you can go to Local Harvest on the other side of the park, Tower Grove Park. You can pick up a to-go basket.
Yep.
And then head over to the garden for jazz night.
Exactly.
That's a pretty fun night.
It is fantastic. And the food's going to be not only delicious, but you're supporting, the local economy by shopping there. And then another spot I want to suggest to go and kind of grab great stuff is Winslow's Home, which is at 7213 Delmar Boulevard. And if you haven't been to Winslow's Home, you need to go. It's this kind of old-fashioned, quote-unquote, except it's not old-fashioned, but it kind of channels old-time a general store. And Carrie McDowell is the chef there.
Oh, yeah, I've been to Winslow's Home.
It's awesome. I mean, you go in and you think that you don't need anything, but then you wander around, you're like, oh, I need that amazing cookbook. I need that, kind of like gorgeous child's toy.
You really do expect Ike Godsey and Cora Beth to sort of come around the corner.
It's amazing. Yeah. And the food couldn't be better. They again really focus on high quality, local when possible, ingredients, and they have a cold case where you can grab and go. And they also do sandwiches and pies and cookies, and they have a fantastic wine selection. And I couldn't recommend to stop if you live in that area on your way into the city to go to the Botanical Gardens.
Also,
that's a great
lots
stop.
of wood there at Winslow's Home. Yeah, lots of wood.
Such a nerd.
Whoa, that was kind of harsh.
You know what I mean? I mean, come on.
You mean nerd in a good way?
Yes, it is in the absolute best way. If anybody listening doesn't know, McGraw, and he makes chairs.
No, go
and
on. Seriously, keep telling me.
Oh, you do. You're an absolute. You make beautiful things.
Well, thank you. It's nice of you to say.
It's true.
I'm expecting a cover story on Feast Magazine sometime about my chairs, but that's beside the point. No. Moving on. All right. So
you make dining tables.
Haven't made them, but well.
Start making dining tables and we can talk.
Oh, there you go. All right, cool. All right, what's number 2 for us?
All right, number 2 is, again, I know that the kids are out because I went to a preschool graduation last week. So what are you going to do with them? So
preschool graduation?
I did.
What'd you get her? Or him?
Flowers.
Flowers, all right.
So what are you going to do with the kids? You're going to feed them sugar, of course.
Right.
So there's a new soda shop that has opened up in Webster Groves. It's at 29 North Gore in Old Webster Groves, and it's called Fizzy's, with an F, Fizzy's Soda Fountain, Soda Shop. And they have, it's a kid-friendly menu, meaning it's kind of kid food. They've got like burgers that are the kind of smashed thin burgers. You can do single, double, triple. They have hot dogs and pretzels and fries and BLTs and stuff like that. But the reason why you go is absolutely for the phosphates and the sundaes. They use Ronnie's ice cream, and they have the locally made Rio syrups, and they will hand mix their phosphates, and their sundaes are just over the top. They have one that's the Old Webster. It's peanut butter and hot fudge with vanilla ice cream and chocolate ice cream with then peanut butter and chocolate chips on top and a brownie. And then hot fudge and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it's really
sounds like they have real live soda jerks there as well.
They do. It's a family run place, and it's in it. When I went in by myself because like when I go check places out, a lot of times I'll go by myself and I'll bring a magazine or whatever. It was mobbed with children, and all the kids were having the best time,
and they're all bouncing off the walls.
Yeah, they were, and they should be. It's summertime, and this is entirely. They have a great candy selection, and I got a milkshake, and it was in, I'm not kidding, and I'm going to send a photo of this, but it was in a glass that was probably, I don't even know how many ounce, 16 ounce like thing, and there was an extra side bit for the rest of the milkshake, but they had a salted caramel ice cream. They said they're only going to have it for 2 weeks, and so I had a salted caramel milkshake with like all the whipped cream on top and the big cherry.
And this is a new place?
Yeah, it's relatively new. Just opened up, I think, probably like 2 weeks ago. It was a soda fountain previously, so the space has held a soda fountain.
Right there on the side street to Lockwood.
Yes,
there.
exactly right.
29 North Gore Fizzy's.
Yes, they have purple cows, brown cows, which are soda, ice cream sodas, and then lime Rickies too.
All right, sounds perfect. All right, now we got lots going on. Feast TV is out this week?
It is. It's going to be on ABC 30 on Sunday at 9:30 in the morning. And so set your DVR to see it on the big screen. But you can also, of course, watch it anytime at feaststl.com.
Right.
And this month, so our June issue has pork steaks on the cover, because what is more St. Louis than a pork steak in the backyard?
Right.
So Scott Thomas from the Grillin' Fools tells you exactly how to cook that pork steak so that it really enhances the flavor. You get that caramelized barbecue sauce on the surface, but you don't obliterate the flavor of the meat. We have a double feature taking you up Route 66 from St. Louis to Chicago. And then we take you into the woods to go hunting for this invasive species called garlic mustard with Ryan Marr, who owns Missouri Wild Edibles and also happens to be a sous chef at Entree, which is launching Agrarian next week, but I'll talk about that later next week. But it's great. And so Feast TV, we take you to Cozy Dog Drive-In in Springfield, Illinois, where 3 generations have been making like this a special recipe corn dog along Route 66. We take you to Tower Grove Farmers Market to meet the gal behind Retrailer.
When is this going to be on HGTV, the Travel Channel? This thing sounds awesome.
It really, it's so much fun. I mean, I love taking the magazine format where basically understandable format, the tone, the approach, but each month the content is going to change and it's going to morph depending on what it is that we're covering, and it's a ton of fun. And I actually do take you into the woods in St. Francis State Park, and I show you how to forage for the garlic mustard, and then I show you how to use it in the cooking demonstration.
Cat Neville and you in the woods together on TV.
Yes.
Feaststl.com. Also ABC 30 at what time? 9 o'clock?
9:30 in the morning. And I also want to mention Friday, Feast in the Park, first of 15 over the next 15 weeks. We're going to have 14 food trucks. It's going to be in Lawmire this week. We're also going to be in Tillis Park, Creve Coeur Park, and Faust Park.
Are they going to be the same parks every week, or the different parks?
It's rotating between those 4, and we're going to have live music from 5 to 7 every time, and it's not always on Fridays. It's throughout the week. But this first one is going to be Steve Ewing from The Urge, and I'm excited.
Find out the media empire, feaststl.com. Cat Neville, be good.
Thank you.